Homeopathy is a treatment modality, so it's a healing modality that actually has a couple hundred years of history. And it's approaching the patient using very minute substances of substances found in nature and triggering a healing response within the patient in response to that substance. So what that really means is when you take a homeopathic remedy, the remedy triggers your body to heal itself. Okay, unlike taking, let's say, prescription drugs or even herbal medicine or supplements, which tends to affect change because those substances change you, a homeopathic remedy in and of itself is an inert substance. Okay, so over time you get to stop taking the remedy and retain the healing benefits. Unlike, let's say, in regular medicine, whereas if you stop taking your, let's say, high blood pressure medication at a certain point, you can be sure your blood pressure is going to go up because there's actually not any real healing that has happened. With homeopathy, you can expect your body to actually heal.
The thing is that the most recent material science research from laboratories throughout the world is beginning to show that there is something going on with a homeopathic remedy that is unique and is not dependent on the presence of molecules continuing to be there. It may very well be dependent on the original presence of the molecules or the information that those molecules provide. It turns out that there's another very important step in homeopathy in preparing the remedy, and that's called succussion, which is a very vigorous shaking of the remedy. Historically and anecdotally, it was supposedly that somebody actually took a bottle of the material and pounded it on a Bible many times after each dilution step. It appears to be that that is the critical factor in making a homeopathic remedy active, whether or not there are source molecules left.
If we all just step back, we're very sick as a nation. We're incredibly sick. I think no time in our history, maybe no time in the history of mankind, have people been so sick. I mean, take children. Children are on Flovent and all kinds of pumps for asthma. They're taking Ritalin and drugs like that to control their bad temperament or their misbehavior. They have lots of eczema and taking cortisone cream. They have allergies to peanuts. They have ear infections every month. I mean, when I grew up, I never heard of people with a peanut allergy. I never saw people pumping Flovent in class. I didn't have that. This is one generation ago. What has happened? But we can say that possibly conventional medicine is not helping the situation because the population, for all the drugs that everybody's taking, is not any healthier than 50 years ago. In fact, they're much sicker. So something is very broken in the system. And one of the things I think we can say that's broken is that conventional medicine doesn't treat the cause of the problem. They just treat the symptoms.
There are many homeopathic medical schools around the world today, and the countries in which those homeopathic medical schools exist tend to have homeopathic medicine flower in those countries. And so we believe that by creating a medical school, it will be possible to really help grow the practice of homeopathic medicine in the United States.
Well, if homeopathy is so great, how come no one knows about it? How come no one uses it? I think we could say the pharmaceutical industry has a lot to lose if homeopathy were to become mainstream, because homeopathic remedies are cheap. I mean, you could buy a bottle that could last you half a year for about $5. So nobody's making a lot of money on that. And if we actually started healing people and they didn't need to be on drugs for the rest of their lives, there's a lot of big business that would be very upset about that. So I think certainly we have to say that that's one aspect. The other thing is, it seems like the medical system is kind of an old boys club at this point, and they're not really very open to new approaches. This has to be a grassroots effort. It's going to be the public that demands change because the public is fed up with being prescribed drugs and being sick. So I think as people, just the average person starts to say, I'm not satisfied with how unhealthy I am, and I'm going to try to find some alternatives, and they start opening a few doors, they're going to realize that actually homeopathy has enormous potential to help. And then that person is going to tell other people, and then other people are going to tell other people. That's how my practice has grown, and it's an inevitable phenomenon.